Hey everybody, it's Mitch, and welcome to my next video. Today we are going to be talking about, well, first off, we have another Dungeons & Dragons Prestige class video, and we're going to be talking about the Wildrunner from the Races of Wild. The Races of the Wild. Bleh. There we go. So that's our Wildrunner. So what does it take to become a Wildrunner? Let's start with that. First off, you need to be an elf or half-elf. So a little bit restricting there. You need that elven blood. Second off, you need to be any good or chaotic. So that gives you about 5 alignment options. Not too restricting, to be honest. I would say chaotic good would probably be the best choice. It's not required by any means, but for flavor reasons, it would make more sense to be chaotic good. Let's see. Then for skills, it requires 5 ranks of hide, 5 ranks of knowledge nature, and 5 ranks of move silently, and 8 ranks in survival. So a decent number of skills. Then on top of that, it also requires the feat endurance. So my how I would suggest going about this, Ranger is going to be one of your best ones to go with because of that endurance feat. Yes, anyone can take that, but Rangers get that as a bonus feat at pretty early levels, I think like 2nd level. So Ranger's a good way to go for that. Favorite enemy's also a nice thing. Never hurts. Let's see. Then on top of that, you also I wouldn't mind. I think Barbarian would be pretty cool too. That would actually fit very well. So it would probably be a good idea to do a little bit of dual classing between the two. I'd suggest first level Barbarian because you get that D12 hit die. Then go with Ranger, that's only got the D8 for the next couple levels. That would probably be a good way to do it. Let's see. Let's look at what these guys get next. So what do they get? They get a good base attack bonus. Awesome. They're a melee class. They also get good fortitude and reflex save. So the reflex is pretty nice. They don't get the will save, but they do get a fortitude and the reflex. So that's pretty nice. They also get a number of special things like fast movement, which would stack with the Barbarians. So if you had that and you did the Barbarian mix, you would actually have 20 feet more than your normal one. And you could even get it even more than that if you, as one of your Ranger spells, prepared Long Strider to give yourself another 10 feet. That one's temporary, but it lasts a long time. So, and it's just a first level spell. Doesn't require a whole lot, although it would require you to get up to I think at least 4th level of Ranger, but not that terrible. So let's see, what else do we need? So honestly, I think 1 level Barbarian, 4 levels of Ranger is probably the way to do this class. But yeah, you can be really fast with this mix. If you do 1st level Barbarian, 4th level Ranger, and then jump into this, you'll end up with effectively a 60-foot movement speed. Not bad. Let's see what else we got here. They get trackless step, another cool thing. It just makes it so they can't be tracked. Primal Scream, that's their main thing. So Primal Scream, basically when they use this, they can do it a number of times per day equal to, their charisma modifier +3. Interesting. And it lasts for a con modifier +3. It's similar to Rage how it works, except for what this does is it's a frenzy, different than Frenzied Berserker, although it probably does stack with that. And so-so combination on that one. A lot of the features don't go super well together, but things do stack. But anyways, they get a +2 to strength, and then a +6 to dex for this, plus a whole bunch of other stuff. They get a bite attack that does 1d6, assuming you're medium size, and you can also use that as part of your full attack. So at a -5 penalty, so that's kind of cool. You just get an extra attack in there. They also get a bunch of different abilities. Like when they do it, enemies are shaken. So anyone who has hit dice that are less than or equal to your hit dice will have to make a will save that is equal to 10 plus your class level plus your charisma modifier. And if they fail, then they're shaken. Doesn't do a lot. I think it's like a -1 penalty on like attack rolls and stuff, but you know, that's something. That's, you know, 5% less accurate. They also get Pounce at 6th level. Very nice. Pounce is one of the most powerful things. You only get it on the turn that you use Primal Scream. So you have to do Primal Scream, which is a free action, and then do Pounce immediately during that same turn. So move and then full attack. Very nice. Pounce is great. Let's see. They also later will get at 8th level enemies cower, which is the same as enemies shaken, except for if they're less than half your hit dice and they fail to save, then they are going to be shaken instead of panicked instead of just shaken, which is a whole lot more penalties. So that's actually really good, although it only does affect weak enemies. It's good for crowd control though. They also get fast healing. So once you get all 10 levels of this class, you'll have fast healing 5 while you're in your frenzy. So not bad. Second level, they get scent, something that you really don't see. It's really hard to get as a humanoid. A lot of like dogs and wolves and various other animals will get it, but it's actually really rare to see as a class feature. So that's kind of cool. Lets you track. You can track with scent. It doesn't specifically say that, but I mean, I'd say it would definitely fly. But it'll allow you in combat to. What it is, rules is written says you can pinpoint enemies in combat. You'll be able to smell them if they're within a certain range, depending on if they're up or downwind. You can use a move action to pinpoint them as well. And once you get in 5 foot range, you can use a movement action to know the direction. Once you get in 5 feet, then you can pinpoint with smell. So that's really cool. So if you're 5 feet of an invisible opponent, then you know exactly where they're at, and you don't take any minuses. Kind of cool. They get Endure Elements. Basically, they can cast that on themselves at will. I believe that's first level spell. So not bad. It's a decent first level spell. Basically, it just makes it so that harsh environments don't affect you at all. Pretty nice. It's very situational, but very nice in the right situations. Those rules can be pretty nasty, so definitely a good one. They get Hide in Plain Sight. That's a nice ranger ability that they get, so definitely a good one. Very rare. I think someone else gets it too. These ones are the only ones that actually get it as in nature, though. So definitely nice. Hide in Plain Sight. Very useful for a lot of things. They get Unfettered Stride. So basically, it lets them move across really rugged natural terrain. So that's really nice. And then at 9th level, they get something called Fey Heart, which changes your type to Fey, which is cool. And you also gain damage reduction to Cold Iron, so you get the same damage reduction that Fey get. So that's actually kind of cool. That's really all they get, but a lot of that's really nice stuff. Honestly, not a bad build if you're going that way. If you want a nice wild ranger, partially barbarian, really good. I strongly recommend popping 1 level of Barbarian to get the rage and the fast movement. Definitely worth it. But yeah, I would say 1 level of Barbarian is good enough. And then do the rest Ranger. It restricts your alignment slightly. No, actually it doesn't. It doesn't affect your alignment choices in the slightest to be for that requirement. Well, yeah, it does. Sorry, my bad. You can't be lawful good. But other than that, it works. So, yeah. Drop. But, yeah, I think it's a pretty good class overall. D10 hit dice. The biggest downside I see is that you have to be an elf or half-elf, but that's not terrible. So, yeah, if you're building a elf or half-elf, melee character that you want to be a little bit barbarian-ish, this is a good option. But anyways, that's I guess all I have to say about these guys. If you like the video, please give me a like. Feel free to, if you want, please share it with your friends. That actually really helps me out a lot. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Got the icon right there. You can check out more videos down there. And of course, if you want, you can leave a comment as well. Anyways, as always, I'm Mitch, and I'll be seeing you